girl. Hey. And how much did you spend on this video game you accidentally purchased?
That's a good question. I don't actually remember now because it was so late.
How late
It
was
was.
it? How late was this?
I don't know. You know how late I stay up. I don't know why you're even.
Girl,
Why are you trying to tell on me like that?
was the sun back up?
No, I don't
Okay,
stay up
well,
that
yeah,
late anymore.
never.
I don't have any. I mean,
Girl, could you adjust your camera a little bit so I can see your
sure.
face? Or
Well, I'll
or
just slide it.
there we go. Slide. And that's the fact. Got something brand new gonna. Are you there? But your microphone's out. I can't hear you, girl. Your microphone's out.
It's on.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
Okay, girl, you need to buy a new mic or a
No,
new
Mark,
cord.
it's the cable.
Yeah,
It's very sensitive
I,
now.
I,
Well, I
ha- I
hope it's the
had
cable.
I had to buy one of those for is it a Blue M mic?
I don't know.
Your mic brand is it Blue M?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The cable sucks.
Oh, okay.
I bought like three of them on Amazon for $10.
Ooh, will you send me that link?
Yeah, I will.
Because that'd be real nice.
Especially when this Thursday, dear listeners, we're going to be recording our first special thing for Patreon. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, girl, Jimbo can't lip sync.
Yeah. Yeah. At all. Like, at all.
Well, now,
I mean,
I don't think it's.
but here's it. Now I'm going to take it
say
back.
like that.
I'm going to take it back. Actually, this particular week, I thought Jimbo did very well.
She did very well. She did very well.
It just happened that Jasmine was in the zone.
Well, Jasmine Kennedy is very good. The thing is, all these people who are coming back to be lip sync assassins, dear listeners, we're watching RuPaul's All Stars Generation L. So like it's now season 755.
That was like a double deep cut.
Uh-huh.
Some people are like Generation L, and like the lesbians listening are like, yeah.
Like it's gone on forever now, but we're still here. We're watching the awesome Rands do what they do. I'm girl, Kimora should have gone home. I'm tired of her. I don't care that Heidi left. Just send her home. Get her gone.
I mean, I told my husband that. I was like, we're just putting off the inevitable
It's
anyway.
true. It's absolutely true. Like,
yeah, that's all. We're just doing it inevitable.
Like, my God, it is inevitable. Yeah, I oof. But yeah, so I was very impressed with Jimbo and her. I was actually impressed with all the people on that panel. It was so much
It was
better.
good.
This was the second best, maybe third best snatch game of all time.
It was a very good snatch game.
I mean,
and
the best is still no, Rue. It's a set. I don't know what.
all I know is that and I'll be very honest with you, dear listeners, if you can watch the set, if you can even watch it on YouTube, Jimbo's impersonation of Shirley Temple.
Yes.
When he broke into that dance, I almost fell off the couch because it was the scariest, most manic thing I have ever seen before.
Well, it's adult Shirley Temple dancing.
No, I know, but like, it's just you have to go back and watch it one more time. Just watch Jimbo's, like, not the face. Watch the body.
Oh
Jimbo
yeah.
Oh my gosh! I think I watched it 3 times.
Girl,
I kept rewinding it back.
The thing is, I want you to go back and watch how Shirley Temple danced.
No, I know,
because that is how Shirley Temple danced. It wasn't pretty.
No, I know. It just. It was so watching a grown man in Shirley Temple drag.
So, as you know, I watched your third favorite movie of all time this week. Third favorite movie of all time this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a question about the musical. Do
Yes.
they make him trans in the musical?
I know that in the musical, I don't know if he's trans, but I do know that one of the characters is gay.
Okay, because that makes sense.
One is straight, one is gay. So I do know that part.
I mean, that Jack Lemmon was very, very humorous to me. Like, such good. That was a good movie. That was a very good movie.
I love it so much.
I know you do.
I honestly can't tell you how many times I've seen that movie. The songs are burned into my mind.
We're talking about Something Like It Hot, y'all. Just to let you know.
And just for anybody that doesn't know this, I mean, I don't know how many of our people that listen are Criterion Collection members, but the Criterion channel for June, Marilyn Monroe is the star of the month. So they actually have 11 Marilyn Monroe movies this month on Criterion. So you can go. Yeah, I've been a Criterion member from day one. Because I'm like, somewhere that has classic old movies that I can just watch? Yes, please. I'll never watch anything modern again.
And Maim and I were talking about our most comforting movies, and mine is, of course, Disney's Robin Hood. I watched that so much as a kid. It was Winnie the Pooh, but I tried watching that again, and it was, girl, anytime I was sick, I put on that Betamax. And I sat back and watched The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and just fell asleep. It was the most comforting, slow-paced movie of all time. It was so good.
I don't have a lot of like animated movies that are like those for me. It's always been older movies from the 40s and 50s.
Like what? Like what's your most comfortable movie?
Auntie Maim is my...
Auntie Maim is your most comforting. That is such a wackadoodle comforting movie because there's so much that goes on.
Yeah, I know.
And it lags. But my one problem with Auntie Maim is it lags in the middle.
I don't think it lags in the middle. I think it's not that it lags in the middle. It's that was a very different time of movie making, and they were all, if you go back and watch almost any movie from the early 50s, they were all a little bit longer. They were all like that because it was. I
don't even think Auntie Maim's that long. I think Auntie Maim's only like an hour 30.
Oh no, dear.
Is it?
No. Auntie Maim is a long movie.
Let's see here. Auntie Maim runtime. Ooh, 2:23. You are right.
Yeah.
You are. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Like I said, if you go back and look at a lot of the movies from because remember, that was also the time.
Girl, Auntie Maim is not early 50s.
What year was it?
1958. So we are talking about the same time as Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot. So
those are also long movies.
That wasn't that long. It was like 2 hours even. That's not that long.
Okay.
Speaking of long-winded, hey, Maim.
Yes, that is me. I am long-winded.
Did you know that we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. And Maim, do you know what we're doing on Patreon?
We are, yes, we're making a Patreon exclusive podcast.
Well, kind of.
A delayed release Patreon.
A delayed release,
podcast.
And those on Patreon are going to get a video. They're going to get video feed of us in ultralight drag. I've told Maim over the thing, so I want to make sure she knows to at least throw on some lipstick. Some lipstick and a turban, because that's why I'm doing.
I can do that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Nothing crazy, girl. I'm putting on Paris.
I have to shower before going into like real drag after.
Yeah. I know. I'm talking like quick lipstick, some. I've got some sunglasses right here. I don't want them throwing that AI and finding out who I am in real life.
Girl.
Anyway, it's We Object, which is our Ally McBeal podcast. It'll be coming out to the masses eventually, but first for the patrons.
First for you patrons.
First for the patrons.
First for the patrons.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have another podcast?
What?
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Magna P.I. Scratch That Murder, She Wrote podcast. Last week, dear listeners, it threw everybody for a loop. It threw Maim for a loop that we were going to actually do the full Magna P.I. episode.
I did. I was definitely like, oh, okay.
So I read the text to my husband, and he was like, yeah, it sounds like you're just doing a brief thing going into whatever. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
Thanks, Mr. Mims, by the way, for having my back.
No one else knows we have merchandise anyway. Dear listeners, if you go to MrMahaffey.com, you can throw us some money and buy some things or something. Hey, mate, I've lost it. I'm getting it back. I'm getting it back.
You have already gone off the deep end.
I'm getting it back together. We are together. We are one. Maim.
Yeah.
Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
5-star
reviews. That's right, Maim. Dear listeners, if you like us, you love us, you want some more of us. What? What'd you say, Maim?
I heard the microphone popped at that time.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry. If you like us and love us, you want some more of us, leave us a 5-star review. It really helps.
Did you have cocaine before this broadcast? Girl?
No, girl, I didn't. I did yesterday go and have a serotonin boost and go see some butterflies. And
there we go.
And then today I walked around the Arboretum and stared at flowers for a couple hours.
Oh my God.
What? It's how I relax. I
love it.
That is two of the things I will go. If there's ever a butterfly room, and butterflies love me. Like, there was a little girl that, like, tapped me on the shoulder, was like, sir, you have a butterfly on your back. And I was like, thank you. My husband was like, they always like you and they never like me. It's because I'm sweet, goddammit.
Yes.
I have a genteel disposition.
My God.
This is season 4, episode 19. Payne grows up.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
And does he?
It's not a porn.
I mean, it's not far from it by the end, but you know.
So we're at Sugarbakers.
Sugarbakers.
And there's a car alarm. Wheel, 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 wheel. It keeps going off and annoying everybody. And dear listeners, if you were ever alive in the early 90s, you will know that car alarms were very sensitive.
So obnoxious, too.
You could literally like touch the door handle and they would just start going off like crazy. It was horrible.
I remember visiting when we used to go every summer to New York to visit family. And like, that was just a normal part of nights.
Mm-hmm.
Just nonstop car alarms going.
Yeah. God. Ooh, you went back in New York when it would have been fun to be our age.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. I was just telling a person that the other day. I mean, I was in New York in the summers when it was like 80s and early 90s rough New York. That's when we used to go visit family. I mean, I was a kid. That's when we visited. But so, dear listeners, for anybody that doesn't know, Mims and I are from the South. However, my father's side of my family is from New York City. So we used to go visit my New York family every summer, and it was a definite experience.
What part of New York were they from?
Not the good part. like one aunt and uncle were in the Bronx. One aunt was in Brooklyn. Another aunt was in Queens, and then she moved to Brooklyn later in the 90s.
Why would you move from Queens to Brooklyn?
Brooklyn was a little bit nicer than Queens at that point.
God,
Queens was rough in the early 90s.
That's true.
But like, I still remember vividly like the burnt out apartment buildings and all of that stuff. Because, you know, it was a time. I still remember when Times Square, because we went down to Times Square when it was still dirty.
Yeah, but there were nothing but strip clubs down there.
Strip clubs and strippers and hookers and
yeah.
The good days. Good times.
Dear listeners, it was. Watch Pose if you want a little taste of what it was like. That's probably
yes. Oh, speaking of Pose too, I remember when we were driving through Manhattan, and my mother pointed out, why are all those men naked on the pier? I remember that conversation. Because they were just all of these men out there just kind of naked, sunbathing.
Well, speaking of that, Julia's snapping some beans.
Yes, she is, honey.
Okay, so now my thing is, I have snapped a mess of beans before.
Yes.
I don't know why she doesn't have two huge buckets. She only has two tiny little bowls. What's she going to do with that little bit of beans?
It's just for herself.
It must be. I have had like 2 plants of beans before, and when you're snapping, you were snapping for a couple hours.
Because you're going to can some of those beans.
You're going to can some of them. You're going to eat some in a salad. You're going to boil some. You're going to make beans like 30,000 different ways, and then you're going to throw most of them out because you're sick of beans.
It's so true.
It's like fucking
That's
zucchini. You have one zucchini plant. You're going to have 30,000 zucchini.
Some of our friends actually complain about things like that very often.
Like, just don't plant. Here's the thing. Just don't plant zucchini plants.
No, because they grow plentiful.
They do. They do. If you are going to make all of the zucchini bread.
Which I love zucchini bread.
I love zucchini bread. Oh, it's so good.
Super good. Oh,
it is.
So good.
It is. Dear listeners, if you've never made one, look up a recipe and make it.
It's very good.
It is. Make sure it has the walnuts in there.
Girl, yes. Some walnuts. Yes.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being nuts, do you know where we had breakfast this morning?
What'd y'all have?
We had Waffle House.
Oh, Lord, you did not.
Oh, we did.
I'm so jealous.
Oh, yeah. I got my hash browns scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, and diced.
Oh, my God. You're a Waffle House whore.
I am, girl. Last time I went to Waffle House, they gave me mushrooms in it, and I was like, what is this? I did not. That is not in my order. I do not mind them, but that is not in my order.
Oh, I like the special surprises. You know, it's like those extra. I remember getting that pecan waffle. And they gave me 2, and I was like, I opened that box up like, wait a minute.
Did you say anything? Hell no, you didn't say nothing.
No, I didn't say nothing. Because one was a bit burnt, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. They're like, well, hey, I ain't gonna eat it here. Hey, girl, we looked over as someone was eating their breakfast while they were, on break. If they didn't have a Bojangles chicken biscuit, I love the South so much.
You're making me homesick right now.
Well, Anthony's here, and he's been trying to throw out a garbage can. He's been
Okay.
trying for a while now because got a leak, but he keeps on leaving out of the curb. And like he recently left a curb and said, "This here is garbage." And they thank you. And they left him a note inside that just said, "You're welcome."
I like little jokes like that.
Yeah. Well, hey, Anthony also has a message that Payne called while everybody was out.
Oh, okay.
And Julia's just beaming because he's doing so well and he's seeing a girl and she thinks he's going to get married. It's just going great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Charlene starts talking about how kids are growing up so fast and like Mary
Yes.
Jo's like, I don't think that they're growing up that fast. We're just getting older. And then she tells this story about how she doesn't like rock and roll and she thinks it's okay because when Manuel Noriega was holed up in that mansion having the nuns change she left out the part, having the nuns wash his underwear, the FBI blared rock and roll at him to get him to come out.
Yeah. I mean, they did that at the David Koresh as well.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, have we reached that age now too? I mean, I don't feel like we've reached that age yet quite, or we've just evolved a little bit differently. Because I mean, a lot of our friends still
here's the
like
thing.
rock music.
Here's the thing. My parents didn't start disliking music, right? Like,
Yeah.
which I don't understand it, right? Because Mary Jo shouldn't dislike rock music. She grew up through it. Like REM, we're thinking like right there and be REM.
Right, because I'm
Nirvana.
thinking about what was the rock music at the moment. I'm like, that wasn't even like crazy rock
No,
music.
that wouldn't have been even Nirvana yet, would it?
Nope. Grunge hadn't hit yet.
So yeah, we're talking proto grunge like REM and
Yeah.
No, Steely Dan was still a thing then.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe they meant like hair bands.
I mean, but that's different. Or metal. Yeah, like that's that. When you say rock and roll, that's not what you mean.
No, I know, but I'm trying to think like, because I'm trying to remember at that time what it was that white ladies used to complain about, and a lot of it was like
Rap.
Like, well, that technically should have been what she was complaining about.
Yeah.
But like, I remember it was. I feel like it was mostly the hair metal groups that's what people were really like. This is just noise and blah blah blah, and they wear makeup and all of that crap. Gosh, they used to wear so much makeup back then.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the 40 best songs of 1990. Let's see what I get to.
Oh my God, what was number one?
Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody, because of fucking Ghost. Yeah.
Good Lord, really?
Uh-huh.
See, that's a perfect example of some weird stuff diluting the zeitgeist.
Like, okay, I don't even see what I would consider rock on here. Like maybe she's talking about new wave. Maybe that's what she's talking about. I don't know.
But they wouldn't have blared new
Bruce
Wave in Manuel Noriega.
Springsteen? Is she talking about the boss?
Not the boss, Mary
Not
Jo.
the boss. How dare you?
We got a problem against Clarence, Mary Jo, Clarence Clemens. You got a problem with Clarence?
You need to stop. You need to stop. The bullets are being fired, and I can't. I'll just pass out right now. All right. So
Mr. Aretha
Suzanne's
Franklin?
here. Suzanne's here. And Tinka Ford gave Julia Nancy Reagan's book.
Yes.
And like, I love that name, Tinka Ford.
Some of the Southern debutante names they do on there are my favorite. Oh, hello, sugar bakers. Hello, sugar bakers.
It's Payne.
Oh my God, hi Payne. What are you doing?
It's Payne. So Payne is graduating next week. He's got enough credits. This was back in the day when I believe this happened to your brother. He just randomly graduated.
Oh, with the credits and stuff.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Wasn't that Big Sister Babe? Isn't that what sort of happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was difficult to keep up with the credits. So you just went to the office. They're like, "Oh, you got enough to graduate. Leave." and Payne is getting married.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that girl that they mentioned
Girl,
that one time.
Yes. And Payne's having a baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Payne's having a baby.
I didn't know Payne could carry a child.
Payne's pregnant, right? That's what she said. I love that. Oh, Payne's pregnant. So maybe this is just me. I don't like the phrase when you refer to the father as being pregnant as well.
No.
I think it's offensive to what the woman has to go through. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's not that I think it's offensive. I just don't. It's not. To me, that's not appropriate.
Right. Whenever they say we're pregnant, no, bitch, you ain't carrying a baby. What are you talking about?
Right.
She's
You're not
pregnant.
carrying a baby. Yeah,
she's
the one that's
pregnant.
going to be having sickness, and she's the one that's going to get stretch marks, and she's the one that's going to be having her hormones all out of whack. Payne's just going to be sitting there.
You're just going to stay at work longer, try to stay away from it because you're not one. I know. Mm-hmm. Look, I got a coworker who just had 2 children, and he's like, I don't want to go home now because when I go home, it's too much stress.
Shut up. Ugh.
Uh-huh.
You know, stuff like that bothers me so much.
Whiny baby men.
Ugh. You shouldn't have gotten her pregnant. If you didn't want to do that. Just, ugh.
You know, they have surgery for the men, too.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Girl. Yeah, but one day, what if one day, what if one day I still want to have my wife have a baby and I don't want to do anything with it?
I think you put it correctly, or won't have my wife have a baby.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's what it is.
Well, so it's a little bit later on, and everybody's sitting down, and apparently we learned that Payton and his wife are going to head to New York after graduating because she's got a job.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlene makes note that all 4 of us are at different stages when it comes to babies. You know, Julia, like Mary Jo hers are getting ready to be in high school, and I just had mine. Suzanne, you ain't even started yet. And Suzanne just looks, it's like, I don't even think about that. But if I did, I would have a baby instantly with no fuss.
I love that so much.
And Charlene looks at Julia and is like, and Julia, you're getting ready to be a grandmother.
Not yet, girl. Not yet. Don't be putting that on her.
And she's like, I'm excited to have a grandchild, but it's very hard to have a grandchild without becoming a grandmother. And Mary Jo talks about the difference between grandfather and grandmother. Like we didn't hear when George Bush became president that grandfather George Bush became president. But if Julia got the Nobel Prize, they'd be like, grandmother wins Nobel Prize.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a story about somebody. It was a Olympic champion or something like that. It was a lady, and she was married to a professional football player or something like that.
Okay.
And they literally referred to her as the professional football player's wife. Like, not her name, not the fact that she was a gold medal Olympian, and people jumped on that so fast. Like, wow, we have got a long way to go still.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Oh, misogyny.
Oh, misogyny. You're a thing.
You're a thing that won't go away.
Mm-hmm. Well, Julia's going to head up to college. I think where's Payton at? Is he at Duke?
I feel like I think it was Duke. It's either Duke or somewhere in Virginia. I don't remember which.
Yeah, he may be at UVA.
Yeah. I think it's in Virginia though.
You know what?
Let's
Let's Google. Where did Payton go to school in designing women?
I can't believe you didn't say, "Hey Google, hey Google."
Well, it's not answering. Where did Payton? There we go. It's because I spelled Payton. That's right, because Primrose Horton, remember Primrose?
Yes.
Was a professor. But where was she a professor at? Plot summary. My God. I don't think it. Okay, Payton Sawyer. No, that's an actress. Whatever. He's in college. It looks like Davidson when you look at the picture of the hall that they're at.
Yeah.
Which I should have gone to Davidson.
Davidson? Really?
Yeah, yes, girl. It's the best college in the South.
Davidson College.
Yes, it's the best liberal arts school in the South, probably.
I didn't know that. When did that? I mean, they weren't that good when we were in high school.
Yes, yes, girl. Yes.
Why did no one ever talk about it then?
Because it's very difficult to get into, and I got in.
Yeah, you should have gone.
I know, I should have. It's. I mean, there's Duke. Duke's the good university, but it's Davidson's actually a little bit better. It's a little more liberal too.
I think that would have been. Yeah, that's what I was in my mind. I was like, yeah, you probably should have.
And I wouldn't have had a car, so I wouldn't have been coming home, and I would have been forced to deal with my devils quickly.
I'm not weighing in on that. I'm gonna leave that out there floating in the ether, honey.
Girl, should just gotten laid real fast. That's what probably would have happened. It would have been fine. Quote Mary J. Blige. Fine, 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 fine. Woo! Yeah.
Oh,
Am
Mary
I
J,
wrong?
we love you. We love you, Mary J.
We love you, Mary J. Blige. We love you. So Julia's going to head on up to the college. Everybody else is going to follow the next day, and Reese can't make it.
Oh.
I wonder what Hal
That's
Holbrook
sad.
was doing this time.
He's probably on the road doing his one-man Mark Twain.
He probably is. He made it all the way to Poughkeepsie.
Sorry, Dixie. I'm stuck in Montana. I can't make it back.
Bozeman. They love me in Bozeman.
They love me in Bozeman.
Oh, goodness. So we're at the college now, girl. We're at the college. And we're in the dorms, and the dorms don't let women in, but they let mothers in.
Oh, because they're not sexual creatures anymore.
No, they are not. We meet Brian, who's one of the what Peyton's showing him around up to his room. We meet Brian, and he has a car alarm. Nobody else likes it, and he congratulates as he's going out to turn off the car alarm. He congratulates Julia on being a grandmother.
Yes, which she does not like.
No. So Payton has to pack up one more box, and he doesn't need any help with anything. And he's very clear that this is just for Julia to come up, relax, enjoy the wedding. He doesn't need help with anything.
And then Julia goes into a little mini meltdown.
He does. She does. There's this college boy that comes up to her and goes, "Hello, baby." And then she turns around and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were. Don't worry. No. Don't worry about it." Pretty much.
Neither did I. Oh, it does. I mean, I don't know. I guess even for us, right? Even we're getting to that point where it's like, some people look at us like, yeah, you guys are older.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
My natural hair color is not the same as it was back in the day. I mean, girl, I don't even know what your natural hair color is at this point.
It's I I can't remember what color blonde. Ash blonde, it's called.
Is that right? That's what your natural color is? Ash blonde?
Oh yeah, no, my natural color is ash blonde. Girl.
Yes, girl.
It's ash blonde. Oh.
Finally, the color matches the stereotype.
The roots came out finally at 43. They thought it was gray and it was ash blonde.
I may not know flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one. Oh, God. I probably misquoted that. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
So we're at the reception.
Yes.
We're at the reception. And Mary Jo says it was a nice wedding. It was small, but it was nice. It was very small, but it was. And she keeps saying that. She keeps saying that over and over and over again, right?
Poor Mary Jo.
And Charlie, they're like, well, Suzanne's like, well, why don't we just go upstairs if we're so tired, right? Like, Suzanne's like, let's just leave. Charlie's like, we can't leave before the bride and groom. That's just rude.
She's right. I mean, she is right.
Girl,
that's not
I've
a thing
done it
you're
before.
supposed to do. Yeah, but you're also rude.
No, nobody's paying attention. They forget. Do you know how much of my wedding day I remember?
How could I know that? I'm not you.
None, because I got very drunk that night. I
Oh.
got very drunk. When we went to Legends afterwards, girl.
You went to Legends after the reception?
Yeah, did you not come with us?
No.
Why not? Oh, you went back to Durham. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out to Legends and stayed out till like 3 o'clock in the morning, girl.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We just kept on drinking on.
Keep on keeping
We
on,
drank
keep
and
on
drank
drinking
and
on.
drank and drank and drank and drank and drank. Speaking of drinking,
Yes.
Joy has been drinking and she's dancing.
Girl, she is dancing the lambada just about with Payne's roommate.
I know, right? Like, and he tries to kiss her.
Yes. Yes, he does.
And she's like, you know what? He calls her dangerous woman. She's like, I am a dangerous woman. You know what I've always wanted to do? Sing at Peyton's wedding.
I'm both excited. Got both excited, but also I was like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot about this musical number."
Yes. It's not like anything we ever heard before.
No.
We find out she used to sing it for Payne. Why do I keep saying Payne? Why do I keep saying Peyton? Payne when he was younger. And she
Yes.
breaks out into Sweet Georgia Brown.
Not just any rendition of Sweet Georgia
No.
Brown, by the way.
No, a sexy rendition of Sweet Georgia.
Very sexy, very burlesque.
Very burlesque. And you know, she's in her mother of the groom attire and her little and she's
not
like,
for long, girl. Not for long.
Well, Suzanne, they pan over to the girls and Suzanne is eating it up. You know what, Delta Burke.
If I had her as my
Fantastic
sister,
face.
I would too. If that was my sister, I would
I
too.
know
Because
that is fantastic face acting. Like it's so good. And Payne looks at his wife and says that she doesn't take off her clothes unless they start tipping money. So it's the next day, girl. It's the next day. It's the next day, and we're at the hotel.
yes,
And there's a bang, bang, bang on the door.
my baby shot me down.
Bang, bang. Shot me down. Bang, bang. Anyway. Well,
Oh my God! I just thought of a country version of that. Hearing you say
bang,
it
bang.
like that. Oh man, with a little banjo. Oh, I could see
Bang,
that.
I mean, I'll
see
do that. That's in my range.
It is in your range.
There's no range.
No. Well, it is a Nancy Sinatra song.
Exactly. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Oh my God! Remember when Jessica Simpson covered that for the Dukes of Hazzard movie?
Yes, girl. Yes, I do. It was exactly what I just did. Oh, no,
And that
no.
sucks because she
These
has
boots are
range.
made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. You know what? She's a multimillionaire because of her shoes. So props.
No,
to
I love
Simpson.
Jessica. I love Jessica Simpson, but I to this day am still so sad because like in the battle of the pop princesses,
Mhm.
she had a much better voice than Britney Spears, and I mean she could belt a number.
She
and
could.
I don't know. I just always think like, man, I wish she had like
For
done that a little bit
some
more.
reason, we thought Britney Spears was the smart one.
Yeah. Now Jessica Simpson's a billionaire.
Yeah,
I love that.
I do too.
Like I love it so much. It makes me very happy. I just love it.
Well, Suzanne just woke up, and because Julia didn't wake her up
What?
like she was supposed to, and Suzanne's like she's probably still in there asleep. Mary Jo
That's
opens
not-
the door.
Yeah.
Julia never showed up last night.
Oh no.
So we pan over to the dorm, and Julia's in a dorm bed.
Oh no.
And Payne's roommate comes out of the shower in nothing but a towel.
Oh yes.
And Julia's in his clothes.
Come on, Julia.
So he goes back in the shower, and Julia gets up, grabs a quarter, goes over to the payphone, calls Suzanne's hotel room. Good job remembering what the number was. And it's like, hey, I need you to get into the car, come over here, and let's not tell anyone else. You know, complete sister request. This is a, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I need you, girl.
Yeah.
And all, Julia, we're so worried about you, Julia. Charlene gets on the phone.
When she says I almost started calling the hospitals, I was like, that is such a Southern thing.
And they're like, well, why didn't we? Charlie's like, well, why didn't we go and pick her up, make sure she got home? And Suzanne's like, well, we thought she was in good hands. And Mary Jo's like, well, I guess we're going to see just how good those hands were.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. So we're back at the college, and Payne shows up, and she's like, Julie's like, I don't know how I got here. And Payne, we find out Payne asked Scott, that's the roommate's name, to take Julia back to their place.
Yes.
And Julia's like, how old is he? He's 22. Well, thank God, at least it's not a felony.
And Payne's like, wait a minute. I didn't ask him to do all that now.
So Scott comes out of the bathroom, and they're chit-chatting, and Julia's like, Scott, Payne, Scott.
Yes.
And Payne's like, we know each other. We slept together for the past 2 years. Julia, well, then we'll have a lot to talk about.
That was the best joke of the show.
I agree. I absolutely agree. That is A+ joke writing right there.
Yep. Best joke. I was like, yes, please, yes.
So Suzanne shows up downstairs, and she's like, you know what? We're here. Let's just go on up. We shouldn't be afraid of the house mother. She walks up, and the house mother puts her arm in front of the door. It's like, these boys need to sleep. It is 10 a.m.
Come on, Large Marge. Yes, come on, Large Marge.
And so we're back up in the room, and Julia's like, what did I make any mistake last night? And Scott's like, yes, you turned me down.
Which I would have been having a conversation if I had been Payne at that point, because that's not what Payne asked him to do.
I would be having a conversation if I was Suzanne at that point and going, girl, why did you turn him down?
I mean, he's okay looking. He's okay.
She is in her sexual prime. Let her ruin him.
That's true, actually. That's true. Well, he was built very strangely. when
He's
I was
built
looking-
like he's got a big dick. The way he's built. Well, the girls rush in.
I love how you said it as if you were whispering to me, and you said it into the like you said like it was a private conversation with the microphone.
Well, the girls rush in.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
There's a car alarm that goes off outside.
Yes.
Julia asks to borrow the bat, and she just says, "Grandma's gonna go take care of that." Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
Yeah, Julia Sugarbaker wearing that jersey, honey. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. How'd you know what mine was?
Come on, Miss Sugarbaker. And having them cute legs and everything. Yes, girl.
And it was
Come
a
on.
good color. Like, yes. Yes, queen. Yes. Well, Maim, did you like this episode?
Yes, this is one of the best episodes of the season 4 that I can remember.
I agree.
Like as it got started and I was remembering what it was, I was like, "Oh, that's right. This stuff's going to be happening." Yeah, no,
I have one rewrite.
What is it?
Julia should have slept with him.
Oh, I agree.
Like that. That is Julia.
But
what?
Here's why.
What?
I agree,
But-
except for one thing:
Go ahead.
the Reese factor.
Okay.
Because then that would have spilled into future episodes, and we would have had a Rose and Miles situation again, where we would have had to have those type of.
Well, girl,
episode.
they never see each other anyway. And
Oh,
Reese,
you think they open?
well, Reese is obviously cheating.
That ain't the same as being open.
I think that I don't know if they are in a I've often wondered if they are in a 100% committed relationship. Like it doesn't.
It
right?
doesn't seem like it,
It
right?
doesn't seem like it. Your mic's gone, girl. Quit touching it. I can't hear you.
Okay.
There you go.
So what it does is if I touch the cable, it then mutes it.
Yes. So don't touch the cable.
I didn't think I touched it.
Don't touch it.
I think my leg hit
Don't touch it.
the headphone mic and it bumped the cable.
Okay. Don't touch it.
Yes, mother.
So,
Yes, mother.
I mean, I would like to say that Julia's already cheated once. Don't you remember the trucker?
Oh, that's right.
So, and that was emotionally cheating as opposed to physically cheating. And to me, emotionally cheating is far worse than physical.
Ooh, come on now with the proper little message from the evangelist Miss Mims.
That's right, the divine Miss Mims. There's a reason there's the divine in there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
I just thought you liked them little divinity cookies.
Are you talking about the Jesus wafers?
Mm-hmm.
So, girl, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. So, in the Catholic Church, they are unleavened, like they're matzah, but they're even less flavor. Right? There's no salt or anything on them. When the Baptist Church in Statesville used to do it, do you know how? You know what they would do for communion?
No.
They would go to Quincy's and buy them out of yeast rolls. That's how you knew when they were going to have communion, because they would buy them the hell out of yeast rolls.
Girl,
I
we
love
have
a
talked
Quincy's
about
yeast.
Bojangles. We have talked about Waffle House, and then you're gonna throw Quincy's at me? Are you trying to make
why
me
don't
come
you tell our
home?
dear listeners where they can find you so that I can look up, see if Quincy's still a thing?
Apparently, I'll be back home soon. The way this conversation's going. Hello, dear listeners. It's me, your favorite relation, Auntie Maim. You can follow me on social media at Auntie Maims with an S. You can follow me in real life performing with the Villain Theater in Miami, an improv and stand-up comedy theater located near downtown. More about them at villaintheater.com. You can also find me hosting the Amazing Colossal Karaoke Show in Miami Beach at Killy Rydell. And lastly, the It's Happening Out Network. We do a weekly talk show called It's Happening Out. You can find out more about them on all your socials and YouTube. How about you, Mims?
Hey, Maim,
Yes,
I'll meet you in Florence, South Carolina, where there's a Quincy's.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims. And I just want to let you know that I am putting out some TikToks and some YouTubes right now. They are some daily devotionals with the Divine Miss Mims. Please go and find them and listen. I think they're funny, and that's all that's important. Hey, Maim. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes. Yes.
Did you know we have another podcast?
Yeah, coming up soon.
Not that one.
Oh.
It's called You Slay Me. Oh, that's right. I should have told them that we have a new benefit for our patrons. That's what you're trying to get me to do. I see you dragging it out of my dead soul. Don't touch that cord. I see you dragging out my dead soul. Dear listeners, if you subscribe to us, you get an early release of our new. Don't grab that cord.
I'm taking a cat hair off. It's in your
Girl,
it's
it's not just one cat hair. There's a whole wad of cat hair.
No, I know that.
Been there.
One of them is like one of them is one of them is flapping in front of your face. So that was just doing that one.
The resolution on your camera's not so good that I can see it. Anyway.
No, it was not my face, your face. It was, it was in the way.
Anyway, dear listeners, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you get early release of our new podcast, We Object, which is an Alan McBeal podcast, and you'll get the video as long as my ass remembers to hit record, which I did for this because there's the red dot right there. Hey, Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know we have another podcast?
Yes.
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
Yes.
If you go to MrMahaffey.com, you can buy some things. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right. Dear listeners, if you like us, you love us, you want some more of us, you can throw us a 5-star review. It really helps rate us. Whatever. I think we're done with this. Hey, Maim, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Then why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.